The importance of music. Your subconscious mind, if you have earbuds in and whatnot, and you're listening to music, music is a very powerful, I don't know what it is, but it is something that humans and animals even really enjoy listening to, and it helps people. So if you're in the subconscious mind and you're listening to really depressing and like helpful songs, and you are going into it with a depressed state, and you go into your subconscious doing that, that music will actually not help you in any way. Even though you think you sympathize with it, you are reinforcing that mindset, if anything. I personally believe. There is a really good song I can link, called, ooh, we'll do it down here. Marconi Union. Weightless. Weightless is a song that has been scientifically proven to reduce stress and anxiety just because it plays at a certain frequency that calms humans and animals alike. So if you're ever having anything like an anxiety attack, or you feel really anxious, stop your racing thoughts and perhaps listen to this song. It can help. There's a 10-hour version of it. I believe that's the normal version by Marconi Union. And it looks like Macaroni Union when you search it up. It's kind of funny, but it is a great song that you should listen to if you are ever in a state where you feel helpless and can't collect your thoughts, or your thoughts are racing. Please, I highly suggest you listen to it. And oh, this one's a touchy subject, but I want to cover it anyways. For those of you that didn't immediately click off just because you saw this word, um, congrats. You are probably more mature than most people. But this is a important, very important topic, especially if you are LGBTQ. The importance of gender norms. If you are, I don't want to get too political with this, but and or touch too many topics, I'd rather do a deeper topic analysis on gender norms, but I'm trying to think of the best way to formulate this without causing issues. If, say, we'll go with the, I don't want to say transgender, but say you like nail polish and you're a man. You like nail polish. You want to put red nail polish on your fingers, but as a man, that's gender norms say that's not a man thing. So it's a girl thing to put on nail polish. You shouldn't think that way. You should just put on the nail polish, because people aren't as judgmental as you think they are. They really aren't. I wear black nail polish to work every day, and I'm not I'm not feminine looking, or even though I've been mistaken for a girl a couple times, I'm not exactly feminine looking, or and I'm definitely not super beefy or anything like that. I'm just in the middle. So I wear black nail polish to work. I don't. It feels more comfortable for me just to wear it, and it reduces my anxiety just wearing it, because it's like I'm just being myself. I'm just happy wearing nail polish. It's whatever. So that actually positively influences my thoughts. It makes me because I'm not always aware that I'm in my subconscious. It's really hard to become aware that you're in your subconscious state, actually. But if you're expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself, you're going to have more naturally positive thoughts because you're not going, oh, I want to wear nail polish. Why aren't I wearing nail polish? Or, it's those kind of thoughts. You don't even realize you have those kind of thoughts, but you probably do to an extent. Deep down, you probably do. If you want to wear nail polish, that is. So those thoughts actually compound with your ego and cause you to go to a more darker place. Just be yourself. Just do it. It's not worth not being it. Because it will make you have more positive thoughts and help your subconscious be happier. That actually also covers the don't be ashamed to be yourself down here. So boom, boom, boom. Be creative when finding a solution to a problem. That was kind of like this one where I said I was in physics, and that when I encounter a problem, I've gotten pretty good at it now, but when you encounter a problem that doesn't seem like it can just be solved with brute force, or it can be solved with brute force, but it's not worth using brute force because say you have like 150-pound box. Yeah, you could probably drag it and move it, but wouldn't it be so much easier to put it on a pallet jack and walk it? Like, kind of thing? That kind of concept, Don't just step back, and when you think you're about to have a brute force moment, take a step back and just think, what is a better way to handle this situation? And you will probably come up with one, even if it, don't think that it's, just try it. Even if it doesn't work, I constantly try things at work, and they fail all the time. It's just trial and error, really. You just need to figure out what creative aspects work. Like, another example at work is we have a door here, and we put a box 50-foot trailer on the back of it, so it looks like this on the side. It's 50 feet, which is about 20. No, I think it's 15 to 20 meters. I'm not American, but Canadians still use imperial for most distances in construction and whatnot. So there's a fun fact for you. So when you're in here, we put a line. So we have a thing that goes up to a belt that puts it on a line to be sorted. So this line's automatic down here, and it extends. However, it doesn't extend all the way. It only extends to about 45 feet. So there's still this 5 feet space at the end. So instead of just hurling them over onto the line, it can cause box damage, or they can fall off, or labels won't be right. I had just instead decided to put a box here, and then I put a big long box on top to extend the line, and then I just put the box on there and slide it onto the line, and it requires so much less effort, and it's easier, and you go faster, actually. Quite often it's misinterpreted. Lazy workers tend to be the more creative and smart workers. They're lazy because they are thinking outside the box to be lazy workers. It's statistically, some workers are just lazy. I know a couple, but that's usually how it is. More creative people are, they appear to be lazier on the surface, but in reality, they're being more creative and finding different ways to fix problems. That is a simpler way than just brute forcing it, which brute force tends to be interpreted as hard worker. It's not. Don't see it that way. Write things down. I did this to set an example, actually. I wrote this here just 30 minutes ago, and look, I got a full video out of it. And hopefully everyone got a lesson here. watching. So, yeah, I wrote this down 30 minutes before, and it helped with my preparedness because normally I just go with the flow. And here I wanted to go with the flow. I didn't plan anything at all. These were just some questions I asked myself before the video to help you use your brain fully. Um, admitting fault. This is a very important one. If you are prideful and you can't admit fault, your subconscious mind is going to be very awkward when talking to people. It will make you appear like a asshole, is the best way to put it. You will look like an asshole if you don't admit fault and actually, yeah, if you don't admit fault, then your subconscious mind will not admit fault either, and you will look like, yeah, you'll look like a very defensive, arrogant asshole, and you might not realize that. You might not be self-aware of that, but that's how you will be interpreted by most people. You aren't a good person. You're just an asshole if you are like that. So that is what it's like to be blunt as well. The way I'm being blunt, I do want to help you, even though it's rude, but people aren't going to be self-aware if they don't experience a good reason to be self-aware, I find. And usually death of someone loved and close to you is what makes you realize that you are a defensive, arrogant asshole, because it makes actually, let's put another quote. This one's by Confucius. You, let me just move my mic here. Live 2 lives. You only live the second when you realize you only have 1 life. That one's by Confucius, the Chinese philosopher. Spelled like this: Yes, I believe. Like that? Yeah. Yeah, so you live 2 lives, you only live the second when you realize you only have 1 life. Most people, it takes a death of a loved one to realize that you only have 1 life, because that, I don't know, it's a very primal awakening to experience that. And that's why a lot of kids aren't mature these days. In my opinion, anyways, they live a life of luxury, and they never have to experience what it's like where you can, this part where you only live 1 life. They don't experience it, so you need to be aware that you only have 1 life. Stop fucking around. Another quote. This one's by a teacher of mine. It sat with me well. It was a former high school teacher. I remember it quite well. He had said, the days go slow, the years go fast. I don't know if he quoted that off someone. Maybe he did, but that is what I remember, and it is a quote I have become very familiar with, and I am quite happy with it. I don't want to say the teacher's name, so I'll just go Mr. F. If anyone grew up with me who's watching this video, and you'll know who I'm talking about. He was the biology teacher